Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I know it's been forever. I think my last post was, or my first post, to be honest, was in May, and I have not updated you guys. I know, it seems crazy. There's a reason for that. First semester slaps you in the face, okay? But we're alive and well, we're alive and well. But yeah, the last thing I was even thinking about was YouTube, and that's being completely honest with you guys. Um, and it's just more so it's a reality check. And I don't want to say like first semester was horrible. I will just say that it will try you, it will rock you, it will make you question a lot of things. But I'm grateful for the experience. Right now where I think, are we going into our fourth week? I think we might be going into our fourth week of the second semester. Things are great, I love it. But this video I'm going to spend talking about, how first semester was, a general overview, things that I've learned, things that I wish I knew, and kind of just how I feel in general, like prepared or not prepared going into my second semester. So yeah. So like I said, it was very trying. And that's like the first thing I want to talk about is that with nursing school, I think in general, but I can speak definitely from the master's entry point, is that um, I don't think it's necessarily the material that's crazy hard that makes it like, rough, but it's more so the mental challenges and the fact that you are being challenged in that way that really makes it like rough, I think. Because you're just trying to like get your footing done. You're trying to get adjusted. You're trying to get in the groove of things, and you need to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and that's what's happening at that point in time. And I think it's also like a point for you to realize that you have to be mentally strong, and I think that's really, really important because that's honestly what's going to determine whether or not you're going to push through to finish and to get to where you're trying to, or unfortunately, possibly leave. And some people do leave. And I think it has a lot to do with, like, a lot of people, they had personal stuff going on. But I think one thing that anyone and everyone would probably mention is the mental grit that you need to have, because it's new. Obviously, it's new for an MEN program. This is not something you've been doing your whole life. It's a career change, or a degree change, or whatever the case may be. It's different, it's new. And that's because nursing is different in its own right. It is its own field, it has its own practices, it has its own principles, and it's different. It can be very similar to maybe what you've done in the past, or it can be starkly different. But regardless, it's still new. It's some aspect of it is still new to you. So, you have to get in the mindset of that. And that's something I kind of have to shift. I did do like biology as a major probably for like 2.5 years, but it's been a while since then, like before I switched to like health education. And the framework of thinking is very different from like what I was used to with public health. And I had to buckle down. And honestly, I would have never succeeded my first semester if I did not take advantage of the resources that are provided by the university. That is tutoring, that is speaking to the professors, taking advantage of all of that stuff, along with friends and other people who are doing well in a particular field that you might need a little bit more help with. Talk to them, ask them for help, okay? And that's really what helped me. And it makes all the difference, all the difference. And it was mainly like one class that was like that for me. And I'm just like, but if I did not have my friends, if I did not go to tutoring, I don't see how I would have been successful. And I'm sure there are people who, don't need that to be successful and they got it all figured out. But guess what? Everybody can learn something from somebody. Because if you knew everything, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be in nursing school. So that is the main takeaway I want you guys to take away from this, is like, it will mentally try you, but you need to take advantage of resources and ask for help when you need it. That's the biggest thing that you need to do, because guess what? Even in nursing, when you're practicing as a nurse, you're going to need to ask for help, because not one nurse can do everything by herself. Nobody can. Nobody. Um, Next thing that I want to talk about is, oh, so something they don't tell you, not that it was like, I'm clearly in my second semester and I'm doing all of my classes, but what they don't tell you is that if you fail a class, at least at Johns Hopkins, if you fail a class in their MEN program, you cannot take any other class aside from that class that you failed that upcoming semester. So essentially, you're put a whole semester behind. And I think that although like that didn't happen to like me or my friends, I still think it's something that's important for, future students to know, because just in case if anything happens, or a family emergency happens, or something that's honestly probably maybe out of your control, you'll know how to maneuver, you know what I mean, rather than like leaving it to the wayside, if you know what I mean. Just kind of for you to figure out things and plan. But I think that's very vital information that should be disclosed. Another thing I want to talk about is, please dedicate time to all of your classes. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're equating like the time you spend for this class to be the same time you spend for another class. Because in my honest opinion, the formula that I was taught was that per every credit hour for a course, you have to study 3 hours for that course. So if it's 3 credit hours, you should be studying 9 hours in a week for that specific class, for that class alone. So like it's going to slide depending on like how many credits a course is. But that doesn't mean if something is only 1 credit or 2 credits that you don't put in any study time or work. Or if you feel like a class doesn't seem like it's as biologically based, or you know what I mean, like there's hardcore sciences, or what should we call them, bench sciences, things that are more chemistry, biology based, and you have the other ones that are more so nursing implication, nursing practice based. I think sometimes some people tend to overlook or think that, oh, that class isn't as important as patho. No, it's very much so important. And it's very important for you to be able to, like, I guess, develop that nursing mindset, that nursing brain of critical thinking. And I think those classes, aside from patho, are where you're going to learn a lot of those things. And it's really important that you dedicate time to those classes. And in my opinion, I loved those classes, but that's a trend I think I was seeing, was that some people just weren't, investing as much in some other classes. So please dedicate your time to all of your classes. Don't think that one is less important and one is more important. They're all important, because if they weren't, they wouldn't be offered as courses for you to take, and it wouldn't be mandatory for you to be able to move forward to the next semester. That's how I see it. But aside from like the seriousness of first semester and it being stressful, I can say like I have met some of the most amazing, most remarkable, most down to earth, most intelligent people in my life just in that first semester of nursing school. And these are people who are so selfless, so caring, and so passionate that you can't help but want to be around them and to grow more as an individual. So nursing school, of course, it's about the coursework. Of course, it's about, getting the clinical experience. Of course, it's about all of those things. But you also have the opportunity to encounter amazing people who honestly you'd probably want to keep in contact with for, various aspects of your life, if not your whole entire life. So there's positive things with that. Like I know we had a potluck with our clinical group, and it was so fun. It was so amazing. We've had outings. Things like that. Like, so you need stress relievers as well, but just make sure that your time management is on point. And because that's really vital, because I think there should be time for everything. So I think honestly, you should have a weekly schedule where you have time for leisure and you have time to make sure you're getting in those study hours. And but regarding my second semester, I love it so far. I think it's a little bit more oriented to my background right now. So we're taking, you know, health promotion and risk reduction across the lifespan, promoting health in older adults. What else? Pharmacology, biostats. There's something else. I feel there's something else. Oh, chronic health alterations, med surge, basically. Yeah, like everything just feels more natural, and it's probably given the fact that it's my second semester, and so it doesn't feel like it's my first time being exposed to everything. And that's why it's so important for you to take advantage of learning as much as you can from your first semester. Don't just, I feel like absorb information and dump it so that you can just pass an exam. Make sure it's stuff that is staying with you, because what you're doing in second semester is honestly building off of all that prior knowledge in the first semester. So yeah, I love it. I am closer to school because something that was a concern for me was transportation and making sure I got here every day. I lived 30 minutes away initially, and I was like, oh, you know, it's not going to be an issue getting here. Oh, when there's traffic in the morning, it's an issue. So I moved like in December, and I'm like 5 minutes walking distance from school. So that is very convenient. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else to update you guys on? I think that's pretty much it. I know like this video was long overdue, and I sincerely apologize, but y'all, I had to make sure that I survived because school is a priority. It is a priority, and YouTube was not on my mind at the time. But I think that this semester, now that I have more control, I feel like over the situation, I feel more comfortable. I've gotten into the groove of things. There'll definitely be more videos, and I'll definitely have like classmates and friends in the program come on here so we can do like collab videos and maybe advice videos and everything like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm really hoping this video is helpful and gives you guys some insight. And if you guys have any questions at all, you can definitely leave them down below. I think some people have like tried adding me on social media, but actually for my New Year's resolution this year, I decided to give up social media for the year. I've had to be on there for like business stuff or like inquiring about certain things maybe, but other than that, I'm not on it. I'm not tweeting. I'm not posting on IG. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not, because this year, I'm trying to be way more productive. And in a sense, I want to remove myself a little bit from that scene because it can get a little bit distracting, and you can kind of like be like, oh, you know, I'm in school. Everybody else is doing all this other stuff. And, you know, when things get really down and rough, you'll feel like that. But, I feel not even a little bit, I feel much more better. I feel better and more productive. So that's the case. So if anyone's trying to like say anything or send anything to me on there, I'm probably not going to get it. But I'll definitely still be here on YouTube being active. So, or I hope so. I'm sorry if I don't end up being, because Lord only knows what could possibly happen this semester. But yeah. So I'm hoping this video was helpful. I know it was long overdue. So yeah, and I'm hoping that you guys are having an amazing time of day, whatever point in time you happen to be watching this, and wishing you guys all the best. And yeah, thanks again for watching and tuning in.